Here's the thing most people believe about their first digital product. They believe it should be good. Really good. So good that when it launches, it earns significant income immediately. So good that it justifies all the time that they spend building it. And that belief, the belief that the first product should maximize income, is exactly what keeps most people from ever publishing one. They spend 3 months planning, redesigning the cover, adjusting the pricing, adding more content to make it more comprehensive, waiting until it's ready. But it never feels ready, so it never launches. Here's the truth that this video is built around. The goal of your first digital product is not maximum income. The goal is proof. Proof that you can build a product, list it, and sell it. Proof that your audience will pay for something that you created. Proof of which specific problem they value solving. One sale to a stranger. That's the milestone. That's the mission of Phase 3. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 product types that work best as first products, how to choose the right one for your audience, how to build it in a weekend, and how to launch it to the email list you built in Phase 2. By Sunday night, you could have a live digital product and your first sale pending. Let's talk about why proof is the right goal for Phase 3. When you launch your first product, with maximum income as the objective, you optimize for things that don't predict success. You spend weeks perfecting the design. You run pricing analysis. You add more content to justify a higher price point. You delay because you have imposter syndrome about whether your knowledge is valuable enough to sell. And then, if the launch doesn't generate the income you expected, or worse, if you never launch at all because it never felt ready, you have no data, no feedback, no proof of anything. When you launch your first product with proof as the objective, you optimize for different things. You ship a useful minimum viable product as fast as possible. You price it low enough to minimize friction for a first-time buyer. You put it in front of your Phase 2 email list and the small but engaged audience you've built in Phase 1. And then you watch what happens. One sale from someone you don't know tells you, this audience will pay for something I created. This topic has commercial potential. This price point doesn't create too much resistance. 3 sales tells you which platform works, what copy resonated, and which part of your audience is most ready to buy. 10 sales tells you enough to build the next product, more specifically targeted, better positioned, higher priced, with real market data behind the decisions. The first product isn't the destination. It's the education that makes every subsequent product more likely to succeed. 3 product types dominate as first digital products. Each one can be built in a weekend, and each one can earn from day one. Product type 1 is a product library or resource pack. This is the fastest first product you can create. A well-organized PDF of 50 to 100 AI prompts for a specific professional use case, or a curated collection of templates, swipe files, or resources for a specific audience. Here are some examples. 80 ChatGPT prompts for freelance copywriters, or the Passive Income Toolkit, 25 resources for building digital income streams, or Content Creator Swipe File, 60 hooks, headlines, and CTAs that actually convert. Price range, $9 to $27. Build time, 1 to 3 days. The primary skill required is curation and clarity. You don't need to write thousands of words. You need to assemble the right things and organize them clearly. Product type 2, an ebook or guide. A focused 5,000 to 10,000 word guide on a specific problem your audience faces. Not a comprehensive overview, quite the opposite. The more specific the problem and the more detailed the answer, the higher the perceived value. Here are some examples. The Freelancer's Guide to Getting Off the Revenue Treadmill. How to launch a digital product with under 500 email subscribers. Passive income for real estate agents, 5 streams that compound. Price range, $17 to $37. Build time, 1 to 2 weeks, though AI assistance cuts this significantly. Product type 3, a template system. A reusable structure your audience applies directly to a recurring workflow. Notion databases, Canva design packs, spreadsheet models, email sequence templates, social media calendar frameworks. Examples: the Creator Business OS, a complete Notion workspace for solo creators. Digital Product Launch Canva Pack, 20 templates for promoting your product. 90-day newsletter growth tracker, Notion and Google Sheets bundle. Price range $29 to $97. Build time 2 to 5 days, depending on complexity. Template systems command higher prices because the buyer is purchasing something they can use repeatedly, not just read once. The most reliable method for choosing your first product is this: find the question your audience asks most often and create the answer. Not what you think they should want, not what you'd personally find interesting to create. The question that shows up in your comments, in your DMs, in your email replies, and in the search queries that bring people to your content. Here's the audit. Go to your most watched videos or most read articles. Read every comment. Open your last 30 subscriber email replies. Check your DMs. Write down every question you see. Look for the question that appears more than any other. That question is your first product. The reason this works? It's because someone who found your content because they had that question, watched it all the way through, and still had the question or wanted to go deeper, that person is already a warm prospect for a product that answers it more completely than the free content could. Once you have the question, match it to a product type. If the question is, how do I do X step by step? That's a guide or ebook. The audience wants to be walked through a process. If the question is, what should I say, use, or include when I do X? That's a prompt pack or resource list. The audience wants starting points and examples. If the question is, how do I organize and structure X so I don't have to rebuild it every time? That's a template. The audience wants a reusable system. Build the MVP, the minimum viable product, not the perfect product, not the comprehensive product, the version that delivers real value to your first buyer and can be built in a focused weekend. Here's the build flow. Friday evening, outline. Write the structure of your product before you write any content. For an ebook, chapter titles and 3 to 5 bullet points per chapter. For a prompt pack, the categories and 5 example prompts per category. For a template, the sections or databases that the system will include. The outline is the blueprint. Once it exists, the building is straightforward. Saturday, draft and design. Use AI assistants for drafting. Claude or ChatGPT can generate a first draft of guide content, help you write prompt variations, or suggest template structures. Your job is editing, adding your specific knowledge and examples, and making sure the output genuinely reflects your expertise. AI accelerates the drafting. Your experience determines the quality. For design, use Canva. Use a professional template as your starting point. Customize the colors to match your brand. Add your own content. Canva's document and presentation templates produce professional-looking PDFs that justify real price points. On Sunday, finalize and export. Read the complete product from start to finish as if you're a first-time buyer. Does it deliver on what the title promises? Does each section add value? Is it clearly organized? Fix what needs fixing. Export it as a PDF. You have a product. The quality standard for your MVP is not, would I be proud to show this to anyone? The standard is, would someone who paid $27 for this feel they received real value? Those are different bars. The first one is perfectionism. The second one is your actual obligation as a seller. Ship the product that meets the second standard. Improve it after you have buyer feedback. Your product is built. Here's how you launch it. Step 1. Set up your product store. Create a free account on Gumroad or Payhip. Gumroad charges 10% per sale on the free plan. Payhip charges 5%. Both handle payment processing, delivery, and product pages automatically. Step 2. Create your product listing. Upload your PDF. Write your title to include the specific outcome, not just the topic. The passive income prompt library is weaker than 80 AI prompts to build your first passive income asset. Describe the product in 3 to 5 sentences, what it is, who it's for, and what they'll be able to do after using it. Step 3. Create your cover image on Canva. Use a flat lay mockup template and customize it with your product title and brand colors. A professional cover is the single most important visual element of your listing. Spend 30 minutes. Step 4. Set your price between $9 and $37. Low enough to minimize resistance, high enough that the sale is real validation. A $0 product doesn't prove anything. Step 5. Write your launch email to your Phase 2 email list. One email, subject line that names the specific problem the product solves. Your body should be 3 to 5 sentences describing what it is. One clear product link. Close with why you built it. No urgency tactics, no manufactured scarcity, just an honest offer from someone your subscribers already trust. Step 6, create announcement content, a YouTube video or blog post about the problem your product solves, with the product mentioned as the solution. Not a sales video, a value video with product recommendation. Independently useful even to someone who doesn't buy. Step 7, add your product link everywhere. Newsletter bio, YouTube channel description, YouTube video descriptions, your website. Every place your audience finds you should now contain a path to your product. Here's the success measure for Phase 3. One sale to someone you don't know. Not 10 sales, not $500, one sale from a stranger who found your product, decided it was worth their money, and completed the purchase. That one sale is proof of concept. It tells you the product is real, the price is defensible, the platform works, and someone who isn't your friend or family found value in what you created. When the first sale from a stranger arrives, do 3 things. First, note where it came from. Was it from your launch email? From an organic search landing on your product page? From your YouTube video? This tells you which channel converts for your audience. Second, if the platform offers a way to contact the buyer, follow up briefly. Not to upsell, to ask what specifically made you decide to buy. What were you hoping to get out of it? Even one response gives you language that will make your next product description more effective. Third, look at what your buyer purchased and ask, what would someone who just completed this product logically want next? That question is your second product brief. The first product doesn't need to be your best work. It needs to be real, valuable to the person who buys it, and instructive enough to tell you what to build next. Before we close Phase 3, I want to show you what your first product does for every phase that follows. Your Phase 1 content is now pointing somewhere. Every video that mentions your product, every article that links to it, every YouTube description with your product URL, your attention is now convertible to revenue. Your Phase 2 email list is now activated. A subscriber who buys your product has moved from audience to buyer. Buyers convert on future offers at dramatically higher rates than non-buyers. And Phase 4 is affiliate income. It becomes significantly more credible the moment you have a product. An affiliate recommendation from a creator who has built and sold something earns more trust than the same recommendation from someone who only talks about building things. The product you built this weekend is not just $17. It's proof. It's data. It's a buyer list. And it's the first asset in a product catalog. And it's the truest signal that amplifies everything in the phases that follow. So here's your weekend challenge. 7 steps, 1 weekend. Your first sale by next Monday. 1. Identify your product, the most frequently asked question in your comments and DMs. 2. Choose your product type, prompt pack, ebook, or template. Step 3. Outline it on Friday evening. Structure before you write. 90 minutes, not a full session. Draft and design on Saturday. Step 4. Canva and AI can assist you. Your full focused day. Step 5. Finalize and export it on Sunday. Read it as a buyer. Fix what needs fixing. Export as a PDF. Step 6. Set up Gumroad or Payhip. Free account, listing, cover image, price, live by Sunday evening. And step 7. Send your launch email to your Beehive list. 1 email, 1 link, done. That's 7 steps, 1 weekend, and somewhere in the days after, a notification arrives from a stranger who decided your product was worth their money. That moment is different from anything you've earned as a service provider or an employee. The notification arrives while you're doing something else. the product sold itself. That's what passive income actually feels like. Not the large numbers you see in thumbnails. The first small number from someone you've never met. In the next video, we're going to cover phase 4, affiliate income, how to layer commissions onto the content you've already created without making any new videos or writing any new articles. Subscribe so you're there when it drops. And drop your product idea in the comments. What are you going to build this weekend? I read every comment. This is Evergreen Income. The compounding starts now.